So up next today on NN Startup Day is Adam Lawton from the University of Northampton. Adam, welcome to the day.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning, Simon. How are you doing today?
Yeah, really good, actually, really good. And do you know what? It's great to be able to pull this event together and talk about some of the support that's available for startup businesses and everything. Just for the viewers and everything and people that are tuned into this, do you want to just give a brief introduction to yourself and obviously what you do at the university?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am I'm a business advisor, first and foremost. So Adam Lawton, business advisor, working for the business support team. And we're slightly unusual in the university in that we focus our time with businesses and actually would-be business owners and entrepreneurs rather than students. There's a big crossover where we do work with students as well, but we're externally focused. We deliver projects, often externally funded, either historically by the EU or going forward by the UK government to deliver startup and existing business support packages.
Fantastic. And obviously the university covers the whole of Northamptonshire. It's not just Northampton, is it? It's covering the whole of the area.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got the whole county because our projects are funded. They are often funded by geographical area. So as a university, we cover the Midlands and beyond. Our projects cover Northamptonshire and sometimes the South East Midlands region.
So if there's anybody that's from across the border, maybe within the SEMSUP region that's watching this, then you could actually help them as well. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, yep. So by all means, do get in touch. We have various different programs, whether that be for social enterprises, for startups, as we're here to talk about today, or for those more established businesses. So we'd like to speak to you all, and then we can see where you might fit to the provision the university can offer.
Yeah, fantastic. So the first thing, let's talk about starting a business. Most people that start a business are either going for a career change or they've got that burning desire, but they may not have been to university. So they may think, oh, I would never have thought about talking to the local university about starting a business and the support that's available. So what would you say to anybody that is, in that position? Me being one, I'd never have thought of gone to the university because universities scare me. I must admit, I'm not clever enough. I never went to university for that reason. They get the grades, they get the qualifications. But what would you say to anybody that's in that similar situation where they may be thinking about starting a business and what should they do?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I guess I share that thought that perhaps the university seems perhaps intimidating and a large place full of academics. That's not the reality of starting a business. But actually, the way that we're set up is that our business advisors most of us have owned our own business or run our own business for some time. And the way that the projects work, the way the university works, is that we're reaching out to work with business owners. Hopefully as you grow, then there's maybe an avenue for students or for other placements to come back into your business. But no, the connection to the university is light. We try and keep our provision separate. And although there is academic delivery and they bring a lot to it, actually most of our workshops and our webinars are being delivered by business owners, so that we've got real experience of actually running a small business or starting a small business.
Yeah, fantastic. And you mentioned about the webinars. What sort of webinars can people expect if they were looking towards the support that you can give?
Yeah, sure. So there are, we've got a number of projects. We're going to focus on what we call our SEMSUP project because that one is startup focused. It stands for the South East Midlands Startup Programme. It's a European funded project which runs through until next year for the end of the EU funding. It's led by an organisation called Wenta, which people may have heard of, and they operate across the South East Midlands, delivered in the county by ourselves. The program provides free advice and guidance for business owners or would-be business owners, information, advice and guidance from the business advisor, and a series of workshops and webinars. And what we can expect from those is we have everything from, deciding, is it for me, for a business, writing a business plan. We have an introduction to finance. Then we have kind of introduction to marketing. We broaden that out then and we go into kind of digital and PR, we go into social media, we have some GDPR stuff on there as well. So at last count, we have about 25 different sessions that we're running on rotation, doing usually about 2 a week. And then the advisors kind of fill in the gaps that anybody has and helps you through. They're not sequential, so you can kind of dip in. Each one's standalone. You dip in and out as you need, and hopefully it gives you the skills and the building blocks to have the confidence to get the business started.
Yeah, fantastic. So there's loads on offer, and do they all these they all take place online? Do they on webinars and things?
We, over the last 2 years, everything has been online. We've just started dipping our toe back into the water of delivering some face-to-face sessions, and the two that we've done so far have been at the Saints Rugby Ground in Northampton, but we're blending it with a mix of online and face to face. So we ran a kind of a networking session for those that were on the program to bring them all together, and we're looking at bringing some of the more popular of the webinars into workshop. So we'll do it face-to-face 1 month, and then we might do it online the next month. So it's a really developing program at the moment as we're starting to plan for going back to face-to-face or having that blend of face-to-face and online sessions.
Yeah, fantastic. And the webinars and the actual face-to-face events, how sort of long are they? Sort of a couple of hours sort of thing, are they?
Yeah, so we do vary them. And for the webinars, they're normally 1 or 2 hours. So using an example, I do a couple of specialist ones, one on writing a grant application for the program and one on social enterprise, and they're just 1 hour. The business plan session is a couple of hours. When you get into the face-to-face sessions, we tend to run those over 3 hours because there's just that bit more interaction and there's time for a kind of coffee break and chat as well. So 1 to 3 hours of the sessions, normally running on a Tuesday and a Thursday morning.
Brilliant. And you mentioned the Northampton Saints. Are there any other locations or anything, or was it mainly around the Saints at the moment?
At the moment, we've just been doing the Saints as we broaden out. And actually, I think that with the SEMSUP program ending this year, we'll probably stay with the Saints for this round. When we look at launching our new programs next year, we hope to take them out further around the county and get some different venues for our projects. It is based on getting the right numbers together in the right location. And at the moment, we've just gone with Northampton because we do have a higher base there. But as we said at the beginning, we are open to the whole of the county and indeed the South East Midlands. So we do try to get out to different venues.
Yeah, brilliant. So businesses that are in the north of the county can travel as much as people in Towcester and Silverstone and down as far as Brackley, as well as, just across the border outside of Northamptonshire.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, I mean, it's well worth going to, I'd imagine. And, get a trip to the Saints ground is always a nice place to go and learn something as well. So
it is an added bonus being, and many of their rooms face out onto the pitch. So it's quite nice to be able to do that. Parking and access is easier than if we were to bring people to the university site. So a bit more of a landmark location. We'd hope to repeat that in other places as we move forwards.
Yeah, there's nothing better than actually, looking out onto the pitch and sort of quite relaxed atmosphere as well, I'd imagine. For
it is definitely, and bringing people together in a relaxed environment. We do like the face-to-face element because you get the kind of almost the networking, the collaborative experience of talking to other entrepreneurs, other business owners in the same position. The SEMSUP program that I mentioned is open to you from the point that you're thinking of starting a business up to your 3rd year in business. So we are capturing everybody that's in that still quite early stages to come together to learn from ourselves. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but the experts that we have delivering, the conversations you can have, but also the conversation you have with your fellow attendees.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, talking about the actual events and everything, I mean, these are taking place, once a month, is it? Or every so often?
The networking event is running once a quarter, but the workshops and the webinars, we run twice a week, actually, with those ones. So Tuesday and Thursday morning for the workshops and the webinars. They probably repeat themselves every couple of months because there's a significant number of them. So we have to make sure that we mix up the content as much as we can. We run throughout the year, although we normally do take a break during August just because numbers tend to drop off as people have got other things on. But our business advisors are still there to give the advice and guidance. The program is still running. I mentioned the grant workshop. There is a grant attached with this program. So if anybody is working towards that grant, and it does need you to spend 12 hours on the business program. So we can help you through that 12 hours one-to-one. We can also help you develop your business plan, which would be a requirement if you are looking to apply for a grant for the SEMSUP scheme.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, grant funding, as we know, is critical to business sustainability and also growth as well. So, to get on that actual webinar and actually understand more about how to actually go through the process, I think is well worth attending as well. So it sounds fantastic.
Definitely. Yeah, I stick with the fact that the number one or the best thing of the SEMSUP program is the learning you get from the program, and then almost the cherry on the top or the icing on the cake is the potential grant at the end of it, which could be used for, say, delivering building a website or something along those lines. So if anybody is interested, by all means they can either reach out to me or to the wider team at the university.
And talking about the webinars, where can people find out more information about where they can book on for some of the events that you've got going on?
Yeah, fantastic. If you could either reach out to ourselves, or the easiest place for all our information is our website, which is UON, University of Northampton. So UON supportforbusiness.co.uk, and all our information is on there. That then links onto our Eventbrite page where you can book the webinars directly.
Brilliant. I just had a quick look while you were talking just then. I can see they're all free as well, which is an added bonus, added advantage to going along. So
absolutely, yeah. So all the programs that we deliver, there is no cost to the user for any of the programs. It is all funded by either European Development Fund money, or going forward it will be UK government money, distributed via the councils or anything for economic development and for employment.
Yeah, brilliant. And talking about other services that the university could offer startup companies, what are there any other services that the university can offer?
So we the information, advice, and guidance is our key thing. But as people get developed, so we look at potentially within social enterprises. We could look at volunteers to come and work within the social enterprise. We do run a number of placement and internship schemes. So perhaps not for those that are just starting their business, but once you're kind of getting established, getting to that point where you know what extra resource you might need, then we could bring in one of our undergraduates, or even in some cases a postgrad, to come in and work for you, either on a short-term or a longer-term placement. And there's a number of those schemes. So if anybody wanted to look into that further, then by all means get in touch. There is elements of academic research if somebody's particularly wanting to look into a particular area. In some cases, we look at that being partially funded through one of our other projects. Again, it's quite a broad area, but if anybody is thinking that there might be some work to be done in the background, then by all means we can try and find the relevant person in the university to speak to.
Brilliant. And you mentioned the placements and the internship and things. Absolutely, great resources, very talented young people that are obviously, looking to make a start in life. But I suppose when it comes to the business planning workshops and things like that, maybe in the business plan should be to take on an internship. Maybe that's a good idea, and you can help startup companies maybe plan ahead and have a goal to focus towards as well.
Very much so. You can plan to bring in that resource and to be able to use that resource, the expertise that can come in, the supporting the young person, and then also there's an economic value there as well, in that a placement student perhaps isn't going to cost the full market value of an employee, and you're helping them to grow and develop. Potentially they're higher skilled than somebody you may employ otherwise. So lots of benefits for both the student and the business.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, talking about the team of advisors you've got at the university, you've got a range of advisors there. I'm assuming everyone's got various levels of experience within business that they can help support people on.
Definitely. So both myself and Paul Smith, who are frontline advisors for the SEMSUP project, both owned our own business, both ran our own businesses for a number of years, both accredited as business advisors, and have been doing this for a number of years. 5+ years, shall we say, I think, for both of us there. So we've got frontline experience. The wider team also own their own business. We have a marketing exec who's also owned her own business. So we're very much focused on actually understanding the needs of business owners or would-be entrepreneurs.
Yeah, and that's critical, because obviously when you first start out, as well as you know, and as I certainly know, it can be quite daunting. So to have the knowledge and experience and people to be able to bounce ideas off and be there for people starting a business is a fantastic resource.
That's very true. I think that what we really bring to help and advise people is that actually it's almost the discipline of business. Everybody everybody's got their idea, their passion, their love. But underneath that, how to run a business, perhaps people haven't had any time to engage with that or a real understanding of what it takes to run a business. But that can be applied to almost any kind of business. So we're generalists. We kind of come in and we can help you with the planning. We know how to maybe register your legal structure, how to get set up, what your deadlines might be for financial returns, what the pitfalls are. By following either a business model canvas or a business plan template, we can help people to ensure that they're really fully prepared, that they're taking a holistic look at the business to make sure that it's financially viable and it will meet the needs and the desires of the owner.
Yeah, brilliant. And talking about your successful clients you've worked with, let's not name them unless you wanted to. I don't know, but obviously, you support a lot of businesses that are starting out. Are any that have really, really grown over the years that you're really particularly proud of?
Yeah, we've seen some fantastic businesses launch, and they thinking a couple of tech businesses, so social businesses as well, gone from, where we've seen them perhaps the seed of an idea to now fully fledged, and they've got products out there, some of them going nationwide, some of them going international. So some really, really big name clients. We're involved in an event at the university called Merge Futures on Friday the 17th. There's a couple of clients that have stands there that actually I spoke to them in the very early days, sort of 4 or 5 years ago. So it's going to be really great to get out to that event at the end of the week and see, where they've got to in that journey from what was, in a couple of examples, just an idea through to actually a fully fledged business now, with one of them, I think, has got over 30 employees. So it's really satisfying to see. And for the chance for me to then go and see them again after a number of years is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant. And obviously Merge Futures, we're going to be out as well. And of course, we're advertising that's part of today as well on the screen. So, we're really looking forward to it. It's the first time we've really been involved, but obviously you've seen it for the last 2 years online. But, I think as businesses, whether you're a startup or even if you just, currently traded and even if you've been around for years, the whole digital future is such a key part to our lives. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what goes on. And I'm looking forward to swimming virtually with dolphins and look at the Starship robots and everything. So
absolutely, and you mentioned VR therapies. There, it was one of my first clients when I started with this business. So one of the ones I'm really excited to go back and see. And digital is kind of ever present and increasingly important. And I believe that we'll have more support and more focus moving forwards. Hopefully, working close with Digital Northampton, and this will be the first time I've had a chance to visit that event as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, we have to have a coffee with you. Great. So,
absolutely. Maybe we'll even be on stands next door.
You never know. We'll find out on the day. But, so if you've ran your own business, any sort of tips or anything for anybody starting out that you could maybe share today as from your own experience, really?
Yeah, sure. I definitely, I spent quite a bit of time doing my business planning, and I think it is invaluable to really nail down. I would say focus strongly on the numbers, make sure that it's economically sound, and perhaps the word of warning is understand the hours and the commitment. And I sold my business when the children came along because the balance of the two just wasn't quite right. So I guess taking that slightly longer term view, thinking where you want a business to go and what you actually want it to be, but underpin that with lots of research and make sure you know your numbers.
Yeah, fantastic. Great tips, great advice there as well. And it is critical that you do know those numbers and look at break-even points and, what do you need to achieve and what do you need to earn, and obviously keep on top of it as well. So, and obviously throughout today, we've had Claire from Mojo Accounting talking about some of that earlier today. We've got Simon Lasky, who's an accountant, who's coming to join us later to talk about finances and the T word, tax. And then later on, talk about another T. I've got Tony Robinson, who's been awarded an OBE for his commitment and hard work gone into entrepreneurship and small businesses over the years. He's joining me at 5 o'clock today, so really looking forward to catching up with Tony, and he's got some great tips to share as well. So Adam,
fantastic program.
Yeah, closing words over to you. I mean, obviously, thanks for getting involved today and coming to talk to us. Is there anything else you wanted there?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, Certainly, I would say, Tom, thank you very much for inviting us along. As I said at the beginning, anybody that has an idea, wants to, maybe you're just concerned about how to progress with the thought of a business, or you've got a burning desire, you really want to go forward. Don't be put off, by the fact that we're part of a university. Reach out, come and have a coffee or a virtual coffee with one of the business advisors. We'll talk you through everything. There's no cost to anything that we do, so there's nothing to lose by having a conversation with us. Hopefully, we can help and support you to get your business off the ground.
Fantastic. Well, thanks ever so much once again. Look forward to seeing you on Friday at the university at Merge Futures 4. And if you want to find out more information about that, visit digitalnorthampton.com, go to Merge Futures in the top menu, register for your free place, and maybe Adam and I will be able to have that coffee with you there as well. So we'll see you at the next session and see you shortly.